Hey guys, it's Wendy here with Wendy's Plans, and today I am going to be doing a video that I asked for you to vote on which you would like to see first, and the fountain pen ink combination was the one that went out. Now, saying that, that does not mean I'm not going to do the journaling. Stay tuned for that. So guys, if you want to see my ink pen collection, stay tuned. Okay guys, so what I thought I would do is I have several categories of pens, and I thought what I would do is kind of break them up and show you what I have, why I have it, and how I use it. So I think what we will do is, let me open up my pen case. I'll link this up above here. This is the case that I just got in, and I'm just going to let you see what I have in here really quickly, and then we will go over that in a minute. So I'm going to start with my cheapest pens, and because I say cheapest does not mean it is lacking. It just means that the cost is a little bit less, and it's something that I don't mind if it gets broken, messed up, whatever. So in that category, I have two different sets of pens. So I have the Platinum Preppy, which I have been using these for years. And what I do is, these are really, they have, they're not completely sealed, so it's not something that I could eyedropper. I probably could. I don't want to take the chance because I'm always afraid that I'm going to make a mess. So I have not chose to eyedropper those. What I do is I buy the refill cartridges and I just use the color here. Now, does that limit my color? Yes, it limits my color to what's in the cartridge. But what I have found is when I finish this cartridge, I can clean it. I can take a syringe and put water in there, and I can clean it out. And then I can take that same syringe and go to a bottle of ink and put that color in there. So yes, while I use the cartridge, I am limited to what they originally put in it. But afterward, I have found that I can use it a few times more by just cleaning it out and putting the color in there that I want. That is a trick. I don't know where I got that idea. It may have been a video. It may have just come to me in the middle of the night. I don't remember, but anyway, there we go. Now, as I said, the first ones that I found were the Preppy. I am going to tell you I have two that are fine and two that are extra fine. And what you're going to find with any nib size is you will find where you like to write. I like the extra fine in the Preppy. I find that for me, the fine writes more like a medium, almost a medium. It's okay, I don't mind it. I just really prefer an extra fine pen. I have always liked a fine pen. I have always liked, now that you get extra fine, that's just where my jam is. I'm just going to tell you, I prefer to write with a fine nib. And saying that, you will find some companies, for example, the Lamy pens, I like them, and I love the category that you can get. You can get all colors. You can get, they have limited editions that come out and all that thing. But for me, if I order a fine, it writes like a medium. If I get an extra fine, it writes like a fine. So I find that it writes a little bigger Then what I still like the Lamy pens. I have one Lamy pen, and because I can't get it the fineness that I want, I've only bought one. That's not saying that I don't like Lamy. I do like it. I love the way it feels in my hand. But there are other Lamy pens, and I have been looking at those, and I'm almost ready to purchase one. But these are just really cheap. You can get these for $5 a piece, $6. So these are the ones that I take with me. And when I say these are the ones I take with me, I'm looking at my planner right now. This is the one that stays in my planner, and it's black ink, and I keep it in there because the black ink goes with anything. So that's what I use. And I keep a black one on this planner. I also have a black one on my planner at work. So I use these a lot. The next one that I found that was same thing, was very economical. I bought these in a pack of 6 or 7. I don't remember. There is the black one is right here. So it was a pack of 7. This is the one that I am keeping in my 5-year journal, is the black one. And my thought process was every year I'd switch color ink. So I started with black. So it stays on my 5-year journal. And guys, I am proud to say that I have journaled every day in my 5-year journal since January 1st this year. These came in a pack. It was 7, and I want to say they were around $20. It may have been a little bit more. I don't know. But they weren't that expensive. These you cannot refill. They are just pretty much use them, throw them away. And these are by Zebra. I'm going to tell you, for my preference, I like these. I still like my Preppy. The difference is these write smoother, but they write bigger. So I'm at a dilemma as to, do I want the fineness that I get with my Preppy extra fine, or stick with the Zebra because it's a smooth fountain pen? I don't know. I haven't decided, and the verdict is still out. So, but I do like these. That's, as I said, that's what I have in my planner, and I may just hold on for these just for that. So we're going to put these to the side, and then we're going to put also the Preppy. So guys, I have a lot of pens, but the pens that I use a lot, I'm going to save that one for last because that is my favorite. When I first started in the fountain pen world, I got the Lamy, and the color of this is whatever the color of this pen is. I have no idea, magenta, or I don't remember. But this pen is, let me see if it says on there. This is an extra fine, and to me, it's just not quite fine enough, but it's okay. I do like it. I need to clean it. That nib is not clean right there. But I do like this pen. And the reason I like it is because it kind of forces you to hold your pen correctly. I'm a post girl. I have to have, to me, my hand feels unbalanced if that cap is not there. But this is a pen that when you pick it up, you know whether you've got it right in your hand, because this is uncomfortable. Even if I had the nib the right way, this is uncomfortable. It automatically goes to here, and it's a triangular piece here. If you see here how narrow, you can see the slants on the side. So it forces your hand to hold this correctly. It's kind of like that learner pen, like you remember, I don't know if they still do that or not. It's been a long time since I was in first grade and kindergarten, and it's been a long time since my son was. But we used to have primary pencils, and they were really big, chunky pencils, and you learned to hold your pencil and you write with it, and then you went to a regular pencil. That's what this reminds me of. This is like that, teaching you how to write. So if you've never written with a fountain pen and you want a starting point, these are really good pens for that. I really like that pen. The next pen I'm not showing these in any particular order, I'm going to be honest. Each pen I have found that I like for different reasons. The next two pens that I bought were these, and these are Diplomats. And I think this one's inked, and I put it away, and I didn't mean to. I'm pretty sure it is. Well, maybe not. I don't see any in there. So I will tell you, let me see if this one tells me. This is a fine nib. I do find that it's pretty close to a fine, like I would like it, and you can tell how narrow the point is. Let me see. It's hard to see when things are shiny and you got the light shining down on it. But there you go. This is a fine, and I like this pen. Again, it is not an expensive pen. The thing I don't like about this pen is it has the little like slant pieces here, but I don't find them as comfortable as I do the slants on the Lamy. And I feel like, and you can see this has got the one on the bottom, and then it's got the two here. It's just not as comfortable for me. And you will find that too. Some pens will be very comfortable and some will not. I bought these at the same time. They were on sale at, this one was inked in a purple. Sometimes it's just hard to get the ink out from here. I don't care. I've soaked some of mine for, a while, and it's still, I can't get it out. But anyway, again, it's the same pen. This is a fine, and normally on your nib, it'll have the size on it. But I bought these at the same time. They were on sale, I believe, and I just picked up both of them. And sometimes I will do that even if I don't know whether I'm going to like them or not, which doesn't make sense. But sometimes I will do that. I don't want to get something and I'm thinking these are two different pens. And the reason I'm thinking that is because the barrels are different. And I'm not sure that maybe one is a different Diplomat. I'm going to have to look up on my order from Goulet Pens and see if I got two different pens. But anyway, there you go. So I have those. So let's get these in here. I have this pen, which is a cross fountain pen. I don't know if this twists or if it pulls off. Oops, it pops off. And then twisting the barrel. So this is a cross pen. I was out in my local stationery store. It was Office Depot. I guess it's okay to say the name. I'm trying to see. Guys, I don't have my glasses on, and I don't know if it has, it looks like it says fine, but I'm not sure. But I was just looking at see if they had any replacement cartridges, and I saw this pen, and I picked it up, and it's a little bit weightier, which I like. You can post it. It is a little bit smaller than some of my other pens, and so I thought I would give it a try. I like it, but I don't use it that very often. I don't know why. And it's one of those pens that I didn't spend so much that if I was to mess it up that it would hurt my feelings. But I do like this pen. I think the look of this pen is nice. But there again, if it doesn't write well, then what's the point? So that is my cross pen. I might have to get that out and ink it and give it a shot. Then I have this one. I don't know how to say this. This is Pereira maybe. And I think it's Pilot. Yes, it is a Pilot pen. Again, I like this one because even when you post it, this is a smaller pen, and I like that. If I'm going to keep this in my planner or in my journal, I like it to be smaller. This is a fine. Now, I know with a Pilot, a fine point is pretty close to what I like. I like as I said, I like a fine or an extra fine, and this one is a lot finer than some of the other pens. This one was not expensive. Again, I'm cheap. I buy things when they're on sale. So I bought that one. Also, I think I got that one from Goulet Pens. I go back and forth between Goulet Pens. Sometimes I do Jet Pens. Sometimes I do Amazon. This is a Quaco. I don't know how to say that. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. This is the Sport, maybe? I don't know. This is a fine point. I like this pen. Honestly, sometimes I forget I have pens because I just use the same pens over and over. But I do like this one, and I enjoyed it when I was using it. What I would really like is they make one in brass, and they make one in steel and aluminum. They make them in all kinds of materials, but I think I would like to get the brass one to have to go out when I'm outside, like journaling or whatever, because it's going to hold up a lot better. So I would like to take it with me. It could go in my planner, it could go in my journal. There's a lot of ways to use it, and I have been wanting to try one, and so I might just do that. I do like the way this one, now this is similar to the Diplomat, but I will say that the way it grips it feels better than the Diplomat, and I like that triangular grip, so I do like that. There's something making noises outside, guys. So I do like that one. The next pen that I like that I don't use very often is the TWSBI Go, and I like this one because it has a plunge fill. So when you get ready to fill this one, you just put it in the ink and you plunge it down, and it'll set the ink up. Sometimes you have to do it a couple of times to get a lot, but this one holds a lot of ink, and I like that. This is I don't think it says, I just see TWSBI. I don't know, and I don't have my glasses on, so I can't tell you what size this is, but I do like this one, and this one again, and as you can see, there is a spot here where you could attach like an O-ring or something to it to carry it if you wanted to clip it to something, because it does not have a clip, but you could do that. I do like this one. I honestly had forgotten that I had this one. Again, this is another one that I should ink up. I do like I like the size of this now, which is odd because normally my preference is this size. But I do, when I use this one, I do like the feel of it and it being a bigger pen. The last two pens that I have in here are my Metropolitan Pilots, and these are the pens that I used forever. They're both fine, and my thought process when I bought these was that, is this a fine too? Yeah. I bought the silver and then I bought the black because my thought process was I'll keep black ink in one and I'll put blue ink in the other. They're classic. You can get them with designs. You can get them with almost every kind of color. They are around the $20 to $30 range. So they're a more inexpensive pen, but I do really truly like the weight of the pen. It is a metal, and it it's a little bit heavier, and I like a pen that has some weight to it. It writes good, and you can refill it, and you can use cartridges, or you can use a converter, and I like that. And again, I forget that I have these, and these, again, as I said, when I first went into fountain pens, I used these two and the Lamy, and I use these the majority of the time. And then when I got the Pilot, it's a light gray ink. I kept the light gray in there and the black in here, because it just kind of helps me visualize what color ink's in there. I need to do some kind of system that I can tell what I'm using. But I really do like these pens, and if you're starting and you want a pen that is beyond this, I would recommend the Metropolitan Pilot by Pilot. Now, I've got a few more pens out. Let's set that to the side. This is the Cocuno, I don't know how to say it. This is another pen that is by Pilot. I like it because it's got the little smiley. I know I'm not going to get it clear enough so you can see it. Let me see if we can. It's a little happy pen. It's kind of hard to see. I can't get it in view. But there's a little smiley face with a little tongue and the two eyes. So it's kind of cute to write with. You get to see the little smiley face. Not that that has anything to do with it. But this is called a demonstrator pen because it's clear. I like this pen. And I had it inked up, and I was, don't. The worst thing for a pen is to leave ink in it and just let it sit. And I honestly forgot about this pen, and it had ink in it, and so I cleaned it today, and as you can see, it's still stained with the grape ink that I had in it. So I'm going to kind of soak the nib a little bit and see if I can get some more of that ink out of it. But I like this because, number one, you can see what color ink you have in it. It writes good. It's a good size. And again, it's by Pilot. If you see a thing going on, I like Pilot pens. But that's a really good entry-level pen. Also, I don't remember how much this was, but I don't think it was more than 20 bucks. The next pens that I bought, a subscriber messaged me on Instagram and said, have you seen the fountain pens that are on cloth and paper? They're really nice. I got them. And so I went over, and they come in a lot of different colors. She limits you to 3 if you order from her site. You can come back and order 3 more at a different time. I got the platinum. They're by Platinum. I think they're all fine point. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're fine. But they came with a converter, and I'm going to show you what the converter looks like. This converter, I kind of like it. I'm still struggling with it because I'm not used to using it. It is a plunger type, but it's not the twist plunger. It's like a lever kind of, or a slide piece. So I'm still learning how to fill with this one to get as much ink in it as I can possibly get, but there you go. But this is the converter that goes in it. This one has not been inked. I have inked both of these, and I have been using both of these over the last few weeks since I got them. This one I believe is black, and this one is my Pilot. It's a pink ink that's in there. Again, I keep the colors the same. And I do like these. I would say these are a step above the Platinum Preppy. I like them because you can refill them. You can also use the cartridges. It's up to you, but these are a good pen that if you want to take it with you and You don't want to be upset if you lose it. This is a good entry point. It writes really well. I do like it, and I'm not sad that I made this purchase. It is really nice, and I do like that I can feel it. It is a plastic or a resin kind of case to the pen, so I do like it. It is lightweight. The only drawback for me, it doesn't have a clip, and I don't always trust the loops in my planner, so as you can see, I always put that away, even on my cheap pens. So these I only use here at the house, but they would be good for this one, to take on the go pens. And I really do like them. I try not to expect more from my pen than what the pen is going to be able to give me. So I look at the price point. Sometimes I am pleasantly surprised, and sometimes I'm like, but I only paid that much for it, so it writes what, I expected. I don't want to get this pen and expect it to write as good as my Vanishing Point, because they're not going to. It's a matter of the nibs. It's a lot of things that go into that. But I do like these pens. And these pens were only like $11 or $12 a piece, but they write really well for that price point, maybe $15, but they were less than $20 a piece. So I do like those. What can I say, guys? This is my Pilot Vanishing Point, and this pen, the reason I like this pen is because I don't have to keep up with the cap. I don't have to worry about the cap falling off. It is exactly what it's called. It is a vanishing point. The point is out. And then when I push, it's like a click pen, like the old ballpoint pens. And I like that. It protects the nib. It's always back in it when I'm done writing. I like this pen because I can use it with a cartridge, which is what I have in there right now. Or I can use the converter, which I have. I'm going to tell you, I don't like the Pilot converter that goes with this pen. So I have opted to rinse out the cartridge and put my own ink in there. I wish there was a different converter. Maybe they will come out with one. Maybe there is one and I just haven't researched it enough. I just don't like, I can't get enough ink in it. It's just the way it's made. And I really love this pen. I'm just telling you guys, this was a splurge for me. And I bought this pen. It is over the $100 mark. It's the most expensive pen I have in my collection. There is another pen that I am looking at that is expensive. I write with this pen all the time. So when I'm at home, a lot of times when I'm journaling, unless I want a different color ink than what I have in here, I may switch off at that point, and that's when I would reach for one of these colors. I love this one. I use the color up. However, if I wanted to change this out, if I'm using the cartridge, I can go wash it out. I mean, a bottle of ink is not that expensive. And so I don't feel like if I have used half of the cartridge, let's say I got half of this cartridge down and I still had half left and I wanted to change the color, I don't have a problem emptying out. I know it's wasteful, but I want the color ink in there that's going to make me happy. So there you go. This pen, I expected a lot from it, and it has lived up to that expectation. I absolutely love this pen. It is a mainstay of my collection. So guys, I have, let me get some of these. This one I have cleaned. I will take it out and give it another cleaning a little bit later today. But I do have this here. So as you can see, I have room for 2 more pens there, and then this case will be full. I honestly did not know I had this many pens because, guys, sometimes I get strode all over my house, and I am very particular who I let use my pens. There's another platinum preppy. I'm telling you guys, they're everywhere. I'm very particular who I let use my pens. But if somebody says, oh, is that a fountain pen? I'm like, yeah, you want to use it? I give them this. I will give them a platinum preppy, or I will give them a zebra. I've only let a handful of people use my Vanishing point. One of them being my sister, who went out and bought her own Vanishing point. So I'm just saying, it is such a smooth writing pen. I cannot say enough about it, but this is my very favorite. But guys, entry level, get something to learn to write with. I'm not going to say there's a learning curve. I think for me, the learning curve was learning how to fill them. But writing with them, you write pretty much like you do with any other pen. Some guide you into how to hold your hand. You will learn with each pen. There is a way to hold the pen that it writes better. And that's just a learning process, but that's part of the fun of being into the fountain pen community. So guys, I did put out a swatch video. I will put it up here also. That goes over the inks that I have. And yeah, so guys, I'm so glad y'all voted on which video you wanted to see and to have a bonus video. I will do a journal video. It is coming. And guys, thank you so much for supporting my channel. I really, really appreciate it. And until next time, guys, bye-bye.